Yo, 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 what's good with it? What's hood with it? You already know what it is. What's the deal over here? We keep it reckless and real. How you feel? Just like that. Look out, look out. It's a Sunday cookout, cook out. Keep it 100. You getting took out, took out. You already know, man. P-Dub in the building, the co-host that do the most, man. Go ahead, shout yourself out. Guess, go ahead and follow up after that.
GME, you already know what to do. Co-host with the Moses, man. You already see my nigga, rest in peace, Pac. Rest in peace to all the fallen soldiers. I'm glad to have my brother on today so we can talk about some real topics, man.
Most definitely. Deuce Sims the dime. Salute to Reckless Podcast. P-Dub of the GME, man. Appreciate you brothers having me today. Let's build.
Hey, you already know what it is, man. If y'all sleep, if y'all been hiding under a rock, if y'all been trapped in the house under the cover, hey, y'all already know who it is, man. Deuce M's Active Chucks, man. Tap in, sub up to the channel, man. Go over there on IG, follow up, bro. You already know the man, the myth, the legend, man. So, hey, Deuce M, ball in your court. Go ahead and run with it, bro. Now, we going to start it off with this, you know what I'm saying, before we get into the meat and potatoes, you feel me? Let's just give everybody, you know what I'm saying, a background check on Trans Am 100, bro. Just go ahead and break that down to the people.
Well, Trans Am 100, I think he's having a midlife crisis, right? An identity crisis, right? I think that he's a homosexual man that's struggling with coming out with his sexuality. You know what I'm saying? He over compensates for those insecurities, and even his own son has came out and said that he feels like a merman. You know what I'm saying? So he had to learn that. That's learned behavior, right? He had to learn it somewhere, and I got a good idea where that came from. But he gifted the boy Jason Lee from Hollywood, whatever Unlocked or whatever show he got.
Yeah, I know about Jason Lee.
He the mayor of Stockton, and he the Hollywood 11 hip hop dude.
Now Jason Lee then gifted. I mean, Whack 100 gifted Jason Lee a cute little poodle. You know what I'm saying? So when he did that, I'm like, man, wait a minute. I got an American bully. I mean, if that's my guy, that's my dog. I'm gonna get some puppies. You trying to get? Hey, bro, happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Here's a pit. Here's a Rottweiler, a manly dog. I'm not gonna gift no man, no poodle. But the latest and the greatest on that transmission that allegedly exposed him, it really brings back a issue that Stutterbox from Main Street first said, and he said Whack 100 was Jag or Hoover in drag, right? And I was like, oh, well, maybe he's just clowning him. I get it. He's supposed to be an informant. Stutterbox would know probably better than most. But the drag part, we didn't have nothing to show us or lead us to believe otherwise until Mika came out with the 3-finger back, said that he wanted her to tickle that prostate, come hither. You know
yeah, we all seen the picture with him face down, ass up.
Hey, that was compromised position, right? So then you got to start questioning the sexual preferences, even though I'm not interested. Look, bro, whatever you do in your bedroom, that's you. But at the same time, you can't be claiming you big and all of this stuff and expect us to look at you the same way when a woman is saying she stuck 3 fingers in you. This transmission is saying that you didn't pay him, no money, the money you owed him, $3,300. So he released a video of you beating your meat, choking your chicken to a transmission, and released it to you, man. And that was nasty work, bro. What is a transmission doing with a video of you doing a sexual anything anyway, bro?
Right. Look at the roster, though. I mean, you know, look, Ray J been on some weird shit like lately too. So the whole roster, Blueface, kind of be acting like weird. But look, this is what I want to know, right? Like talking to somebody that's out there. I don't even know if you like, you know what I'm saying? When I say active, that don't mean that you ain't active. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what you from the street. How is it that he able to slide around and just get away with all the federal activity without never like catching like a stray, a slap upside the head or nothing?
I beg to differ on that. So first, he has caught a couple straight. Shout out J
Okay, let me
Rock
know
from
something.
Great.
Now,
Shout out
but
J
hey,
Rock
not to
from
cut you
Great.
off, Deuce, not to cut you off, but we know that Big Homie CC did press him. We know Big Homie CC did press him live and in person, and he wasn't on that with Big Homie CC. He was talking a lot of noise. Hey, he hurry up and shut that down when the boogeyman pulled up.
Well, I don't know about the CC thing, but what I do know is that J Rock caught him. You could Google that. J Rock knocks out Whack 100, and you gonna hear
Yeah,
Whack
that was
100
real.
scream.
Okay, so that was real. I was
That was
wondering, was it real? Okay,
100%
babe.
real. Yeah. And that was for his disrespect to Nipsey Hussle. J Rock was Nipsey Hussle bodyguard. Shout out
Right.
to the Wasp Baby Low Crips. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, he got slapped up by TD at the Game Kanye West concert that he put together. Right? He got slapped, broke, ran. Then that's when he ran into the parking lot and bumped into Big U. He brandished and he put a Statue of Liberty plate brandishing on Big U, and that's in Big U's paperwork, right? So that also happened. Also, they jumped off the stage instead of go face them Crips. Now, I don't know where y'all from and how y'all do it. Where I come from, ain't no Crips putting their hands on no Bloods without any response. It's going to be y'all going to stomp them out. Y'all going to jump on them. But you put your hands on me, we finna fight, and what's going to happen, right? He didn't respond. A failure to respond and get a nigga rolled up off a level 4 penitentiary yard, right?
Bro. I did 19 years in the state. I know. I'm
Hey,
from
let
East
them know
Oakland,
where
but
you from, though, Dub. You
I
feel
know
me?
the politics. You already know. Hey,
Oh yeah, so you already know.
and I'm a YA baby. I've been a YA and everything. Nigga been doing all nigga know all the DP rules. I got niggas that from Avalon Gardens. I got my nigga UK and them from the 60s. You know what I'm saying? I done been around, man. I done been
Yeah,
around.
yeah. Hey, Deuce, just to let you know, the co-host from the Big O, you know what I'm saying, the Big Oak Town, you feel me?
Man, it's good. You already know I know, bro.
Is y'all getting any breakup or something?
Yeah,
Technical issues?
Yep. Yo, she did for a little second.
Is that better?
Yeah, you good
there
now.
you go.
Is that better?
Yeah. Did you
Okay,
lose audio?
So no, yeah, I had, but I caught it that you said UK from 6-0 and different dudes you did a lot of time with 19 years in the state. So yeah, you definitely already know the program. The next incident, well, he has multiple incidents. Is still one of the homies is still fighting the case right now. Two of the homies fighting the case right now, and face penitentiary time from catching him. So it's been a lot of incidents where he's been victimized.
Let me know.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you something on the takeaway thing. When you said that shit was in Big U's paperwork, that incident, in what way? Like if that could be spoken on, like he informed on that moment or something?
Well, he I don't know how they got the information of exactly what happened, but I'm quite sure that the feds talked to the parking ladies. So when you get to the Novo, which is the venue, they had the Kanye. And let me get up out of here. I'll come right back in. Let's do that.
For sure. You feel me?
I think
we gonna
delay too. I think you're hearing this delay.
It's all good, you feel me? Technical difficulties. It's the cookout, man. We know what happens, you feel me? It's all love.
I'm gonna share the link anyway.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. You feel me? All right, hold on. Let me drop them off of here. You feel me? Add them back. There we go.
Okay, now that should sound better.
Yeah, you good. You good.
All right. So so the gang threw a concert where Whack 100 put together the venue at the Novo, where Kanye West was performing, Corrupt was performing, DJ Quick was performing, and Lil Wayne was performing, right? And Whack 100 had already been popping all of that stuff about Nipsey Hussle. He got gay sex tapes.
Yeah, the weird shit. That shit was weird as hell.
He started a cyber war against Big U. Big U not even an internet type dude, right? Instead, you got his house key. You know where he be at. He wears sweats. He don't carry guns. He at Crenshaw High School working with the kids every day. You know what I'm saying? So what if there's an issue, then instead of running to the internet talking about it and trying to throw flames on the fire, why don't you pull up and holler at that man and address it the best way y'all see fit? Hands, shoulders, pistol, whatever, right? But he didn't do that, so he get caught by Tiny Draws, right? One of Big U's nephews. Shout out my boy TD. You know what I'm saying? And TD is looking at him like, you telling people that my uncle has something to do with Nipsey Hussle, my aunties, my family getting death threats, DMs, all of this is your fault. You know what I'm saying? So he's seen him. He's coming up the stairs. Whack 100 is coming up down the stairs. He didn't say nothing. He just slapped him. Bah! You know what I'm saying? Like the whole bitch he is. Pardon my language. Don't want to get you demonetized.
Nah, you good, bro. Hey, we all unfiltered over here. You good, dude.
Right. So he slapped him. Bah! You know what I'm saying? Whack 100 had Kanye West with him, Kanye security guard, and then a dude named Third. We call him Turd. He got some allegations on him right now from the Blueface tour. But that's one of Whack homeboys. He pump fake like he was finna pull out. Tiny Jaws and them was like, oh shit, we finna get smoked. You know what I'm saying? But dude was he was pump faking, you know what I'm saying? And that was all the time that Whack needed. Whack took off running. Pew! Right? So Whack 100 run, Kanye West, they run to the stage. Kanye still performed the song Easy with the Game. Lil Wayne come jump on stage. Kanye still on stage. We got the video footage. Whack 100, he keep touching the back of his head, his ear where he got slapped. And then you see some dudes trying to get in the back. Whack is telling them, no, don't let them get up there. He's getting the security guards to keep them from coming to the stage. And then Whack 100, once the performance is over, didn't exit the stage where you go to the back where he seen the dudes that slapped him. They jumped off the front of the stage like they was crowd surfing. You know what I'm saying? These so-called gangsters, they got a red Pendleton. They took a walk of shame. You know what I'm saying? It was nasty work. So from there, Whack 100 gets Kanye to where he's going. He runs up to his car. Whack 100's wife and his daughter, his wife and his kids was at the event also. So he gets him, hey, get up out of here, whatever. He makes it to his car, got his blicky, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? He admits this on No Jumper. Got his blicky, and he gets to the parking thing where they got to pull the thing up to let you out.
Yeah, the little parking gate. Yeah.
The parking gate, and it's a security guard or the parking attendant at the little booth. So he gets right there. Whack 100's wife is in the car in front of him. He's in a different car. You can YouTube that, and you'll see his car stuck at the gate. Right when he does that, Big U and another Crips is coming right out the steps. Oh, where you running to? Right? Let's get this fade out the way. Whack 100 jump out, brandish. Hey, bitch, open the thing. Hey, Draws, don't do this. Big U, I see you, Eugene Henley. Screaming every name, Hannibal, every name Big U ever went by. He's screaming in case something happened. Witnesses is going to remember the names he was doing. So Big U said, put that down. Me and you going to get a fade. These do back up. Everybody back up. Come on. No, I'll kill you. Don't make me. You don't see my family in the car. This how we doing it. My family in the car. And just a straight hoe move, you know what I'm saying?
Copping, please.
Copping, please. And
but then right after that, he be straight back to it.
Right.
Right after that, he be straight back to it. He like the Charleston White, LA to me. Like he just a rabble rouser, a roster full of rats. I mean, bro, like it just like and no disrespect to anybody, but it's just like it be to me. The internet just got everything all twisted and fucked up now. And I was talking about that too where it seemed like kind of like the scene down south, like, you know, California where y'all at, it's like everybody beefing. It's like everybody beefing, and everybody beefing on podcasts, everybody beefing on wax, like everybody just beefing. You feel me?
I tend to agree with you. The crazy thing, I got a podcast I'm doing tonight. You got Neckbone, OG Ma Paru, famous from the Tupac song where Tupac was talking about To Live and Die in LA, where he said, we got Heron, Neckbone, Buntree too.
Right.
This is a triple OG street dude. You know, where we come from, G's maintain a G composure. They don't do too much talking.
Right.
If at all they do any talking, they let their actions show, they lead by example. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the things I'm gonna be pointing out tonight. Exactly your point. You know what I'm saying? First, they're not beefing, right? Everything on the internet is for clicks and views. 99% of the dudes on the internet ain't been what you've been through. 19 years in prison, the riots, the stabbings, the assaults, having to go to the corporate shoot programs, indeterminate. They ain't never really walked that walk, so they don't understand what it takes. So they just pop it, you know what I'm saying? But there is some serious issues that could spill over from the propaganda spreaded on the internet. As if it's dudes that might love P-Dub, right? Or Reckless Podcast that if I just was, oh, fuck Reckless Podcast, that nigga popping. I'm hating, fuck that nigga. He got the ski mask on and it's blue. Nigga, I'm just gonna find a reason. I'm gonna get some views like that, clout chasing, right? Hating on the next brother.
Like a couple of weeks ago, we had that right off top. Rec was talking about this type of shit. We just was backstage talking about this.
That's crazy. Instead of being like, you know what, Reckless, bro, you popping, man. I'm trying to fuck with you. Let's collab on something. Get a bag together, right? People got too much pride, but in any event, it's the crab in the bucket mentality. Right. I gotta step on another brother for me to be even up on his level. But that says a lot about how you view yourself and the fact that you got no belief in your own capabilities or what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? But back to the other situation. So yeah, tonight that's what I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be talking about why a lot of YNs don't respect and look up to these G's the way that some of the G's do deserve to be, but they gotta maintain that G status, right? You know what I'm saying? You can't.
No, look. I want to check it because I was just, Rec heard me say this a few times. It's like kind of like Jay Prince. Jay Prince always like a mob boss to me, like just the mystique of him. Like, you know, even though I never met him, just like when you heard about Jay Prince, it felt like it was real. Now he talking so much, some of the allure is gone. So even what you talking about the OGs, because like I'll be posing a question to a lot of youngsters. If it's an OG that you know is respectable, he always spitting the real. He ain't never lead nobody astray, but you got more money than him. Do you still respect that? Like, can he be your OG in the sense of not even a shot caller, but talking you down from shit or freezing shit? Can you? And a lot of youngsters, it's hard for them to answer that, right? But look at people like Snoop and Daz right now. Yeah, they rappers, right? But on some OG shit, you niggas still beefing over old money and doing the internet shit. So it's kind of like, it's almost like the OGs that kind of took the young nigga style, how they beefing, and not even doing the shit that we normally do. We, and I say we, not necessarily none of us, but I'm saying that everybody bring their shit to these forums now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So how could a youngster do anything different if you're looking at the old heads or the OGs?
That being an example. I'm in total agreement with you, bro. I think it's really Willie Lynch syndrome, right? And that's basically what it is, right? Willie Lynch, for those who never read the Willie Lynch papers, I pray that you do. It was a slave owner who made a book on how to break a slave for over 400 years. And it was psychologically, not necessarily just captivity, physical captivity, to keep the dark fighting against the light skin, to keep the woman fighting against the man, to keep the young fighting against the old, right? And they just continue to play on that, and we bite right into it. You're 100% right with that, the position, bro. I've been thinking about that since I was a teenager, how I viewed my G homies, and I tried not to do that. Maybe they was puffing at the time. They was a hype or something. Even though they was killers, I still had a little disdain, like, man, but you got like a smear. You was smoking primos.
Exactly, because you know we didn't even respect the crackheads like that. We used to abuse the crackheads. So it's like if you, I can't like but that's some real shit. Forever, I look at you like that. You feel me? I'm saying forever. It's just like if you got a bitch, nigga. You God to her. First time she catch you in a lie, nigga. She might still fuck when she love you, but you a liar. Right. All your mystique is gone.
Now, and you're 100% right with the mystique. What I do give a little pushback on is the specific Daz and Snoop Dogg situation, right?
Okay, let's speak on that.
Now,
yeah, gotta break it down, Deuce.
I don't respect the way that Daz is going about it, but I respect his cause more than anything, right? He's talking about something that a lot of children and youth and content creators and artists can learn from, right? Intellectual property, right?
Yeah.
And contract. There first and foremost to the Chronic album, besides Dr. Dre's production, a lot of that was Daz beat. Doggy style.
Yeah.
All eyes on me.
And he was getting co-writing shit. And remember the what was that? The revenge, loyalty, revenge.
And give back.
And let's not forget the Dog Pound CD. Dog Pound had their own CD. New York, big city, your dreams, everything New York ain't always what it seems.
You know, quick backstory. You know, Daz came out here to the Bay and fuck with JT the Bigger Figure and film on Frisco and made a couple of and cut it like when he had kind of started beefing when the Dog Pound broke up. He came out this way to the water to the Bay and got some money too and fuck with it on the music shit for a minute.
Well, first, shout out the Bay. This is something that people don't know because LA get all of the light from the music thing because we got Capitol Records, we got all of the majors in LA. The Bay Area back then had the independent game, the compilations, right?
Yuck mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get all your money. Right.
Yeah. And you're getting all your money, and that was a total different hustle than people who might take $200,000, sell 1 million records, but they getting crumbs on the back.
And then you got to recoup and you got to do all that shit where you just because niggas really was hustling shit. And another one, Gang came out there to Frisco too and cut an album before he went the Aftermath route. He had 2 albums or 2 or 3 albums with JT too, and his whole style was different. Then he had a little struggle with the Aftermath shit. But yeah, like for sure, like it beat him ties. But even that, like props, like when we talk about the OG shit, right? It do be on. I feel like it do be on us to always perform and have integrity. And I ain't talking about to be a street nigga though. Not being a street, fuck going to jail again, fuck all that. But I'm saying keeping that aura about you that if you do speak on some street shit, retired or not, motherfuckers is gonna absorb that and at least consider it. Like, see, you gonna still probably do what you're gonna do. Well, look, bro, let me drop this jewel on you real quick. You might only respect it when you in that police car, but you don't remember how I said it.
Right. I'm gonna tell you this. When I shout out to the homies in the fruit dive. So when I go to the hood nowadays, right, and I pull up, I know the dudes that's gunners. I know the dudes that's players. In fact, I probably trained them, you know what I'm saying, in their prime, you know what I'm saying? But I know the ones that's players. I know the ones that sat females down on the blades. I know who's trying to rap. And so it's they say the game not to be sold but told and given to those who benefit the most. Niggas say, oh no, you're supposed to sell the game. Well, if I sell you some game and you can't utilize the game, then the game go for nothing. But if I see that you can utilize this game and I drop these jewels on you and I can see it bear fruit, then it truly was game. You know what I'm saying? So I focus on, shout out Fat Rob. I seen him steadily grinding on this little music thing, even doing a reggae thing, and he a versatile fat brother with swag though. So I'm like, man, he remind me of a West Coast Belizean Biggie Smalls or something, right? I'm like, you know what? I got this beat with the chorus from Sire. I just got Joe Moses on the track. What you want? He like, man, where you going? Said, come on, let's go to the studio. We finna go put this
Joe Moses got bars.
Man, super bars, right?
Joe Moses got bars. Yeah.
So instead of him doing just another reggae song or him doing another rap gangster song, I told him to show me his versatility, and we made a club-friendly, girl-friendly song called Different B Mix, right? Fire, you know what I'm saying? So And I know that he could benefit from that. And there's others. Shout out my boy Mac 5. You know what I'm saying? Little John Jeezy out of Atlanta. Shout out to the whole IMB camp, IMB Izzy, IMB Savage. These is young dudes that I see trying to do something productive. They might not have it all figured out, right? But they know I'm gonna give them some. Now, if they come tell me, hey, the ops just came and slid, bro, it's cameras on every block in my neighborhood. Somebody come over there to my neighborhood. I never felt this safe in South Central in my life. If they come and shoot somebody in my neighborhood, they better have on ski masks. They better be in a stolen car, and they go jump in another stolen car.
Right. Because they're gonna follow you to wherever you came from. The cameras that you might be able to beat the scene cameras, and they can't see things.
Right.
But when you backtrack all the way, it's over. I do want you to. I would love for you to double back and comment on how do you feel about the Snoop in the like in the sense of, and I want Rec to chime in too. Rec, like how do y'all feel about that Snoop and Daz thing? Like,
I finished that first, so you're right. So with Daz is as he owns the intellectual property. He didn't sign off his rights for the dog pound emblem. So say when you see Coca-Cola, the insignia, the logo, right? That in itself has equitable value because the brand that it had built up. So does
it represents it, right? When you see that, you think of that.
You already know
it's
it
the exact
is.
same thing for the dog pound. When you see that paw, you know what I'm saying? Daz was smart enough to trademark that. So despite his beats, despite even when he was super hard rapping, you know what I'm saying? That's not what Snoop Dogg wanted. Snoop Dogg tried to keep him up under him because what he wanted to do is put together all of these catalogs that he got with Death Row, the old music, and brand the dog pound and the dog food stuff and sell it for $1 billion.
Right.
But at the same time, he's trying to first play his cousin. Hey, look, we gonna sign you. We gonna push your album and this and that. He said I'm gonna sign a 1 album deal and see if he's sincere. And he seen that Snoop Dogg wasn't sincere. His own cousin wasn't putting no push behind him to help him to help his music go farther. He didn't line him up with no radio thing. He like, I'm doing all of my connections like I was independent to get it popping. So he said, okay, so this is what he owned. Snoop Dogg had his lawyer try to trademark the dog pound trademark.
Right.
What utilizing the contract for recording that he got with Daz. And Daz found out. So now they're going through litigation. First and foremost, that's that old school music game fucking that the company's been putting down on us since blues, jazz, Motown, all the way to the other people that got fucked up out of their shit. I'm talking about TLC, right? And people continue to take our culture, right, and exploit it. People who don't really care about our culture don't care about the art form, and they exploit it. So real quick, because this is really something I'm passionate about. Intellectual property rights. There's so much equity and value in owning. So say Prince, right? Prince made Lil Red Corvette, right? This is the greatest anthem from one of the greatest artists that Chevrolet Corvette could ever have. It could be their theme song for the next 500 years. The value in that song can only continue to grow. And it's still a classic song, but it would be even so much more if he sold it. Hey, matter of fact, give me 40 million. Y'all can have the rights to that. Do whatever y'all want to. Move Chevy, movie, whatever, right? And he'll be able to do that. It's the same thing with our intellectual property. When your intro just came on, if you properly register that, and your outro that goes on just like a regular song, you're not only gonna get an AdSense check from our content, but you're also gonna get views counted on the song. That's 2 views for that song when it came on, when it came off. I'm doing almost 300,000-400,000 views every month on YouTube. So if I'm doing that 2 times the song, that's almost 1 million views on my song every single
Just
month.
by itself. Right.
So now you're talking about adding equity to my music publishing, the intellectual property from the content that we doing, and it only continues to build. It doesn't decrease. You know what I'm saying? So for him to stand up for it, to exercise his dominion over the rights that he's entitled, especially after he's seen how Suge Knight did him, did Snoop Dogg, and all of that, I could only support that. Now, what I say that I do think he needed to, and Cocaine, I do think they needed to say, look, Snoop, we love you. You are a cousin. Because if me and you if we really love each other, homie, and we having a business dispute, I might call you out on it publicly, but I'm still going to love you. Business is business, or personal is personal. Look, I love my brother to death. Me and him don't do business together because he does business.
We still going to keep it family, and we for sure ain't coming to the internet with it because that's the extreme violation. Like, I could keep your ass in the back room, or you could have whipped me. When we come out back here on this camera, we ain't even on that.
And see, Dub, what you just said right there, Dub. No, what you just said, Dub, exactly how I was gonna answer that question. Like, with y'all being family, bro. Hey, it's a phone call. It's hey, pull up. I know where you at. You feel me? Even if you at the mansion, I know you at the mansion. I hit the buzzer. Hey, it's Dad. Come outside, bro. I ain't even gotta come in. Just sit in the car, bro. Let's chop it up. You feel me? But I feel like with anything, no matter if you family, friends, just co-workers or whatever, once you take it to the internet, it hits another level of plateau of BS because now you got 100 billion odds on y'all situation. You feel me? Which is only gonna complicate the situation because now that opens the door for this person to have an opinion. This person got an opinion. Keep it off the internet. Guess what? When y'all pop out and y'all dapping each other up and y'all both got on death row chains and y'all power chains. Hold on, what happened? I thought y'all was beefing. See how we handled that backstage? Y'all didn't need to see that part. Right. Y'all just see the good shit. Now we back like cracking the track, doing it big. So I understand how Dad's handled it. I can't be mad at him because I know he made that call probably several times, and he kept getting hey, I'm sending him the voicemail. So now it puts Dad's in a position where I can't do nothing but bring it to the internet. You feel me?
Right. And you know the thing about the internet, Rick, when it comes to like grown ass men is that if I say something about you on the internet, it's almost like you have to say something back. Like it's the playground. Like it's
exactly.
Like, and then I'm 47 and I still feel the pressures of if somebody talking to me crazy in front of hella motherfuckers, nigga, what we on? I'm tripping. Just because I still got YA mentality like I'm a teenager. So the internet, like to me, like on the real, I'm like real YA baby, right? And it ain't no way in the world that me personally at this stage of my career, you could say hella shit on the internet. Like I'm gonna cut that shit off or do whatever. Just me personally, I'm not doing it, especially if I know you. But I understand why people have to say something. That's what I'm saying. This internet shit, bro. This internet shit is a beautiful thing, but it's a curse to those that ain't really got it right here, bro. And,
right.
And to people that never had no heart, they got all the courage. You feel me? I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro, it's a mixed bag of bullshit.
Hey, where you was at in YA?
I was at OH, started off OH, other than NRCC. You know, y'all had SRCC. I was a 68877, my first number, and a 74093, my second number. I was at OH, Chad, Preston.
What year was you in Chad?
I was in Chad like 98, and then I went to DeWitt, and then I went to Preston, then I went to DeWitt.
How did you go from Chad to Preston?
I ended up getting out of Chad. I did like 3 years. I'm getting out of Chad. I went to Preston. Then Preston sent me to DeWitt, and I was we was playing. Preston was like DeWitt was like almost programming, except for certain years like Plumas and shit like that. But I was an athlete, so I played on like the football team and shit. You know, they had real intramurals and shit up in here.
Right. Well, yeah, I got kicked out of Preston. They sent Preston pre-camp. They sent me to Tamarack. For Tamarack, I went to Chad in 1996.
Bro, so the rack, though, you just said rack. The rack was the first place I grew a beard, nigga. They take your mattress early in the morning.
Early in the morning, you up in there on that steel slab with no mattress, cold
All
as a
day.
mug.
Rick, they take your mattress at 6 o'clock in the morning, bro, and don't give it to you, I think, till like 9 at night.
Damn.
And the bunk lean. I learned
Oh,
how to
that's
work in there.
scandalous.
Nigga, they give you a toilet paper roll and a meal. That's it.
Now, I do got a question for a segue. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all brought up the whole situation with the cameras and all of that. So that was a great segue because that's what I wanted to ask Deuce about.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the situation going on with Aunt Hefe and the cameras, you know what I'm saying, and all of that? Because when that first came out, I'm not going to lie, bro. When I heard the story the first time, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, Flacco, he adding a lot of BS to it that wasn't even what the situation was, which already put and Hefe in a better light than he was already in. He was already being looked down upon because of the situation. That just made it worse, and it wasn't even true. Now, when I first heard the story, I'm thinking this DP happened in the backyard, like it usually do, in the back alley, backyard, somebody's crib. You feel me? Just the members around. You know what I'm saying? No outside witnesses. But to hear this come out and know that this happened in a parking lot on a busy street with the cameras, and you got his girlfriend there. Come on, bro. What are we doing, man? You know what I'm saying? To where I'm disappointed in Hefe because I know he's smarter than that. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel about that situation? Deuce, let me know. Hey, after that, Dub, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Let me give your insight on it too.
So if you notice, I haven't really spoke on the Aunt Hefe thing. Me and Aunt Hefe had a little cyber beef before because I told him, bro, you hanging with Whack 100, you must be compromised, right? So he got back at me, him and Whack on No Jumper, they getting at me. So it went from there to we on the internet and it's back and forth till he thought that I called him a bitch and he called me a bitch. So it went up from there, bitch. Oh, you got
we don't do that word. Yeah, we don't do the new generation. The new generation, they doing the bitch word. We don't do that.
So I sent them a thing of a gargoyle with big old areolas. I'm talking about like supersized areolas that I was gonna put on the thing. I sent it to his DM and said, "You want to play? You want to disrespect me? Now I'm gonna treat you like a bitch." So he was like, laugh, and then I'm gonna do this. And he like, nah, bro, I'm gonna be honest. Niggas told me who you was. You a solid brother. We just got off on the wrong thing. You called me a bitch. I said, bro, I never called you a bitch because I never heard you as a bitch. Everything I heard about you was totally the opposite. You know what I'm saying? He said, well, maybe I just got caught up once I seen the people in the chat and somebody in the chat called me a bitch. I apologize. He apologized as a man. Okay. And then I'm like, this nigga's everything I heard here. He's a stand-up dude. He gonna handle his business, fight, whatever he got to do, right? For him to humble, for a gangster to humble himself and admit he's wrong. Fuck the gangster shit. That's a man. A man can accept responsibility when he's wrong. Fuck my ego. Fuck everything else. I wronged you, black man. I'm gonna apologize. So
that's big, even for OGs. That's big. Nigga, you would go a lifetime without a nigga never saying sorry.
Right.
No, that's facts, bro. Apology will go a long way, bro. One apology will go a long way.
Bro, so when he apologized to me, I had to reflect on myself, say, why did I get high-headed? And I say, what made you call me this? Because I'm far from that. What made you call me this? And if he would have stood on it or he misinterpreted what was going on, we could have nullified it there. So then I had to reanalyze my situation. Like, bro, my ego prevented me from staying on top of the situation. I went back to YA. I went back to the street, right? And instead of controlling the situation, like, hold on, you got me fucked up. What made you call me this, nigga? You see bitch here, nigga? Nigga, you called me a bitch. Nigga, I ain't never called you a bitch. Nigga, you just called me a bitch and I ain't never called. You said, show me where it is. If you show me that, I'll give you 5 bands. You know what I'm saying? And then he wouldn't have been able to show it and they would have never got that far, right? But anyway, back to the subject at hand. So once he apologized, I had to really assess myself. Like, I'm not on the internet to continue beefing with other black men. It's bad enough. It's me and Wack. That's going to be what it's going to be when I see him. You know what I'm saying? No ifs, ands, or buts about that. But besides that, I'm not on the internet for that. If it is, you don't need to be on the internet because you're going to jail. You know what I'm saying?
That's over with.
Yeah. So so when this situation happened, bro, I was first Whack 100 gave Flacco that video to say that it was Young and Hefe. He's admitted that, right? So you know, Whack 100 got a lot of different proxies he utilizes on the internet to push his false narratives.
Right.
So
yeah, he do, for real though.
Right, right.
That's a nice statement you made right there. He got a lot of proxies. He do. You feel me?
So I said, you know what? This is another open murder. I'm not finna speak on any things that are facts. I pray for Young and Hefe. I wouldn't wish jail on my worst enemy, and let alone on Young and Hefe, somebody who I seen with the ability to crash out, show me firsthand that he wasn't trying to crash out and he was sensible. So whatever the situation is,
so the narrative, you can't even really believe it.
Because I know he don't want to crash out. Now, there can be a situation where you feel your life's in danger. You're not trying to crash out, and you got to do what you got to do to protect you and your family, to make sure you get home to you and your family. I'm not saying that's what it is, but that could have been a situation. So I can't blame him and say he crashed out if that was the situation. I don't know the facts, don't want to know the facts, and I'm not going to speak up on that to them. Free Young and Hefe, don't care about nothing but what the check say.
Real talk, Doug. Let me get your insight.
You cooked on that. You cooked on it.
Yeah, in fact, you cooked on that, Doug.
And you took a little sip out you feel me, your coffee mug right after it. Like, you feel me?
Man, I'm off the mud, man. You know,
just like that, Doug. Let me get your insight on that, bro. How you feel?
First of all, free all my niggas, free all the thugs, man. Free everybody in the sense of, even if you bust that thing, man, but you solid and right in your mind, it was for a righteous cause, man. You might need a do-over. There's a lot of shit going on in them pens. I've been to the feds too. We both white babies. I heard the LA niggas got paid. We waiting to get paid. But anyway, right? The way I feel about it is, that's what I'm trying to. We waiting on ours right now. I'm in the pipeline. I need my cheese, right? I got PTSD, right? You know what I'm saying? Right. So, but I look at it like this. No Jumper is a graveyard, or it's becoming one to me. Right? Everything coming out of No Jumper seemed like poison. It's almost, now mind you, I got somebody that's on, you know, my managerial roster that been to Vlad TV, so I kind of seen how that go, right? But it's just odd the way, for one thing, this generation is like the gayest generation. No disrespect, but they the gayest generation. But then also we have a lot of cosplay or appropriations going on with people that are hip hop like type people that feel like they are a part of our culture because they invite the culture to them. They invite ghetto, they invite street, they invite gang, they invite all that. And then after 10 years, you feel like you're an expert. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But you don't really know the struggle. So when it comes to the real culture, even if a nigga cat out, like you don't even understand the base of it, because then you instantly go, well, I'm gonna call the police. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Even a bitch ass nigga don't react like that. He's just gonna call the police later. Because he understands, I'm not gonna put that on. I'm gonna still act like a real nigga. But they go all the way right back to it. So even looking at No Jumper right now, when I look at it, the way it's even structured with the in and out guests, the people that was on there, a couple of real motherfuckers that was on there that was kind of detached themselves from it and spoke on it, the offspring of ratting and shit that has come from that. Right? You feel me? Who's ever at all of it just seemed like it's damn near like a place to trap the real niggas or weed out the fake niggas in order for them to keep working there, you know, a part of the program or whatever. And that's I just hate that. If you think about it, a lot of the dialogue that we talk about with stuff like this comes from the No Jumper branch. However, Jalik, remember last week, every week No Jumper getting some play either in the gossip circle or in the what the fuck was that circle or something like that, because it's a hot topic. No, they keeping themselves relevant, but it's at the expense of real lives. So, my whole point of saying is that, man, bro, I never could be a man that can sit here online and really speak, especially if I really don't know, on anybody with an open case, other than saying, hey, he probably didn't do it.
No, I feel that. And
like, Doug,
and Doug, what you just said, that's a great segue, because I was just going to ask Deuce about that. Now, with the situation with Hefe, this is now the fourth or fifth brother who then went down in the clink due to being at no jumper, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be telling everybody, we know this is the Fed quarters. Why do we have real members with certified names and backgrounds even partaking in being at no jumper with the ignorance and the circle of bullshit and the circuits up there, bro? We know what it is. What's your opinion on that, Deuce? Let your bro know, man.
They prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? They sell themselves for a little bit of change, just like a prostitute would. They're morally in debt. They have no moral background. Everything is just about $1 or clout. Clout is a dangerous drug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the new currency. You know, I always say that. That's the new currency. Let's go.
So when they see No Jumper has 5 million, a lot of these dudes never had their own images in their communities. They were never standout. Let me see, 4 or 5 star athletes. So we said we ain't gonna say hood generals and no game.
Right.
5-star athletes. They weren't those type of dudes with promising careers in whatever endeavors they was doing to their community. They didn't have the pretty bras with curly hairs. They didn't have a sack. They didn't have too much going on where they stood out. So this gives them an identity where they feel that they own. Oh, I'm on. I'm getting 30,000 views. I'm getting per video. I just did 200,000 views. Bro, them 200,000 views get you about $1,800. I used to do that off 2 zips in a day, rock for rock. You know what I'm saying? Like that, we can't hear you, bro.
He hit the button. Hey, shout out to DTE, man. You see DTE in the building, in the comments, Deuce. I know you and Demon Tom Exotics got a relationship, got a rapport. I know you rock with the broski. You know what I'm saying? That's my family for sure.
Yeah, man. Me and DTE been through our thing. You know, he was loose coochie Ashley homeboy for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But then after that, once he got away from whack and
he talking about you ain't sold nothing. Like you wasn't busting rocks down in the hood. You already know we come from that real. You know we come from that real crack there with spitters. You know we got spitters, man. You already know.
Yeah, hey, listen, rock for rock to the store baskets. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to tell you feel me? Right. As soon as they come, hey, niggas swallowing the things, trying to shit them out and throw them up. Stop playing, man.
81 Yola. You know, this was in the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Pull up, DTE. If you got time, pull up, bro. Hey, join us. You feel me? Join the cookout if you got time, bro. You feel me? But go ahead, dude. I mean to cut you off, bro.
All right, let me do this and then I'll land. So as far as going up to No Jumper, me and Big U was gonna go up there. So I told Brick, baby, man, I think that shit is 21 Jump Street, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This is the 2026 21 Jump Street. Brick is working up there. I told Bunchy B the exact same thing when he first went up there, him and Spider-Lo with Poetic Flacco. And he's like, oh, bro, Brick, baby, like, yeah, I think they got the whole place bugged, but nigga, I don't do no dirt and I ain't talking to these niggas about nothing that I shouldn't be talking about, so I'm good. This is what he's telling me, right? So I'm like, he like, come up here, we're gonna do the interview. This one I dropped it, Whack 100 and the alleged snitch allegations on World Star Hip Hop. 4 million views in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So he like, we gonna pull you up there, and I was gonna pull a stunt on Adam, right? As soon as I get up there, I was gonna grab, hey, give me that popcorn and put my feet up on his table and disrespect his platform. Cause I don't respect or think that nobody that looked like us should be coming to California,
man,
and reporting to what's going on in our culture to somebody that looked like him.
No, but he's talking about it like but it's time. I didn't watch him debate. Even Charleston White, I didn't watch him debate as if he's like the expert now. Like if you try to tell him something, he don't like. It's like you're wrong, but you are the culture.
Right.
But see, Dub, that's what happened when you insert an outsider into real business. You feel me? Now you give them the leeway and the door to open up like they really know what they talking about. We got Adam up there using member terminology. You feel me? Like, bro, why do you feel comfortable even using member terminology when you talking? Because You have literally sat down and members are inviting this random ass white boy into real life conversation and circles about what's going on in the streets. So now he feel like he's street certified. He's street seasoned. No, you still that goofy ass white boy from Massachusetts, nigga. You better calm your nerves down. Somebody slap the eyebrows off your fucking face. You know what I'm saying?
Look, it's probably literally like, if it ain't like slapping an actual agent, it's slapping the nigga who the agent put on.
Right.
Like, like, but historically, and not to get too deep, but I am talking to members here, so we know we all really spawn from the Panthers, and we all spawn from real movements, right? You know, historically, if we throw out COINTELPRO and stuff like that, there were really programs like this. It just wasn't the internet age to where they really would send people that look like us into the lion's den to do something stupid in order to get indicted, to either get absorbed by the program and become part of the racket, or to be put in the slave camp. So it's not really that unrealistic to really truly believe that one day we might get some redacted files in 15 years, that really was a trading post for souls, like an incubation stage for you to get. You gonna either, like, is you a rat, we gonna absorb you, and you're just gonna be a part of this shit, or we sending motherfuckers to jail. Because I know a couple of dudes, Dream Life Rizzy from out here, went there, had an interview, and now he in the feds right now. You feel me? I'm saying? So I know dudes that went there talking about certain shit. And what if that's enough for an agent to look at you and go, man, let's start investigating him? He wasn't even on our radar. Because it's just that simple. Bro.
What you know it's called open source intel, right? So open source intel means it's intel that can be gathered on the in the open market, on the news, on the internet, or whatever. So they can utilize this where if I said, hey, that nigga Big U did XYZ, and while we're talking right now, or Young and Hefe was supposed to did this while we're talking right now. If this fits the narrative of the Assistant United States Attorney RICO or conspiracy or charge, they can utilize this as evidence without even have to subpoena me because it's public information. So where I might have been a piece of shit, I might have been a rapist, I might have pimped on kids, I might have been a multi-snitch who was still doing crimes. If I took the stand, they'll be able to debunk my credibility because I took the stand. But for open source intel, AUSAs look at that as even better than the snitches because it can't be debunked. They could get this introduced to the court and to the juries without having to survive the crux of the cross-examination, right?
And you already know how the feds work anyway. The feds can indict a ham sandwich.
I did 10 years in the feds, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So you already know how the feds even work, even with everything, the deals, and why niggas don't go to trial. I was just talking about that. Niggas don't go to trial there because if you got one of their lawyers, they ain't trial lawyers. And for another thing, when you take a deal, your deal ain't really the deal. So the feds got everything fucked up.
And Doug, what you saying right there is the reason why I be tripping when I'm seeing real members even sitting at the table at No Jumper, because we know the feds are still watching No Jumper, bro. We already had the goofy ass white. We already had the goofy ass white boy openly say on No Jumper that he gave tapes over to the fucking feds. Why are real members at the table when we know the fucking feds is watching, bro? Come on.
Well, everybody, what he said is what Bruce said. He said everybody, clout is a hell of a drug. Clout is a hell of a drug, and money is even harder drug.
Well, real quick, and this is something else that you got to pay attention to, right? When you say COINTELPRO, there was a term called snitch jacket, right? So you had Geronimo Pratt was snitch jacket, right? And many other Panthers were snitch jacketed. Eldred Cleavage, Bobby Seale, they were saying that these leaders in our Black community were working with to sow distrust, to make people believe they were less credible, to keep people confused about who's really fighting for them and who's really not fighting for them.
Right.
We're seeing some of the same tactics right now. Yeah. So in 1971, about 2 years after the Crips started, right? My hood was pre-Crip. We were the first anti-Crip set, the LA Brims, right? So when the beef started, first Black Jesus got unalived. and then after that, Big Country got killed, right? Or Little Country got killed. So it's starting a big war between the Brims and the Crips. They started in LA the long tables. Go research that. Some real gangsters from 1960s, early 70s will be able to let you know. So these were round table meetings between the two biggest so-called gangs in LA at the time to try to break up the thing, break up the gang war. So we believed. And they thought that, my big homie said they thought they were talking to city councilmen and different representatives of the community, like politicians or whatever. But they would tell the big homie, hey, look, I don't know why you hanging with them Brims over there. You can start your own stuff. Look, we gonna fund your movement and what you got doing. You could do your own thing. And they started giving them the money or whatever to separate them. Then later on, he learned out they were trying to see who were the leaders, identify them, target them, and get them all locked up to knock the head off, because then the body follows like a chicken with a head.
Kill the head and the body and die.
Right.
Kill the head and the body and die. Hey, you know G-Pop?
G-Pop's from where?
I think he's Fruit Town. I don't know if he might. I don't think he was from Brims though. Yeah, blood for sure though.
Yeah, I don't know him. I know a G-Pop from Inglewood too, but I don't. G-Pop, you talking about probably from Fruit Town, Paru County.
From Fruit Town, yeah.
Yeah, I'm from South Central. That's where the Bloods and Crips started in South Central. So when you get to the LA Brims, that's who formulated what today is known as the anti-Crip coalition, known as the Bloods, right? You had the LA Brims, they unified the Black P Stones, the Inglewood families. Most of the west side of South Central was the Brims, right? Or rode with the Brim car. That's why they throw that up, right? Then you had other east side sets that weren't Bloods or Crips that were being forced to either join Crips or to join us. And that's essentially what ended up becoming what's known today as the Bloods. These sets all predate the Crips Foundation, right, but they unified as a resistance to what the Crips represented at the time. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, but yeah, when that first started, bro, half of my hood, a lot of the G homies, they was on the black tip. Like you said, our structure comes from Black militancy. You know what I'm saying? Right. Black revolutionary, independent militant soldiers. We learned and we're trying to mimic what we've seen the Panthers do, but right, these are young kids that don't fully understand how to structure and all of the political aspects and even what they was up against. Once the fight against the Crips started and the Blood said, we're going to form it, the homies like, man, this is going to continue going on for decades. When will it end? We're not going to formulate and go against Blacks. That's not what we started for. We started to protect our communities. Right?
Exactly. Right.
Half the homies, the G homies, and they ended up being right. It's 55 years in right now, bro. A 55-year war. More Crips and Bloods have died in that war than in U.S. service members in Iraq and Afghanistan put together. More Crips and Bloods have died in that war. So, but back to it, it goes back to divide. If you get any kind of structure, the federal government gonna target you. Unless that structure is being controlled by puppets, you know what I'm saying? And
then you add in the Willie Lynch syndrome that you spoke on earlier, and it's easy to lead the sheep exactly to the slaughter that you want them to. You know what I'm saying? They've been indoctrinating us our whole lives.
That's real, Doug.
With the fake history, with Christopher Columbus selling the 7 seas, all that stuff, they've been indoctrinating us our whole life. Then now they got entertainment. Entertainment is the new drug. It's the new coke. It's the new fentanyl, whatever it is. They dangling that carrot in front of you, and you gonna go chase that. So it's all easy, bro.
Speaking of the police, look at DTE. How many you unalive? We want to know. Well, brother, I never participated in those type of activities, brother. All I did was fight. I got a name for throwing them from the shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And get money. My name is Eminem, making money. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say do sins.
And this is the crazy part, Doug. You know what I'm saying? What you just said, bro, is exactly what I be saying. How is it that y'all know the feds is watching? What y'all think that they stopped because they got brick baby? Y'all think that they stopped after that? No, bro, that just gave them a reason to keep watching. So now no jumper will always be attached to the feds no matter what, bro. It don't matter if they on episode 2021. They are still taking documentation, they still taking notes, they still looking at it, they still waiting for somebody to mess up, step out of line. Come on, bro. And then when you got people like Trans Am 100 down there throwing the motherfucking fed alley oops and shit. Come on, bro. Like it ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
And then
looking at the brothers that's really certified members and really got a background in the name to they stuff like, bro, how deep is a motherfucking $150 check from no jumper? Because it's not like y'all really making no real bread. Y'all down there selling y'all integrity and dignity for breadcrumbs, bro.
Bro, you took the words out of my mouth, and ultimately, bro, that's exactly what they get. I think they get 200. So you showed it on $50. You know what I'm saying? They get $200 an episode for their little hours or whatever. But ultimately, bro, what I was saying was Brick wanted to get me up there for the documentary and to do the thing. And Big U was like, hey, dudes, you know what? We was gonna go up there gang thick, right?
Right.
The no jumper takeover, we knew it was gonna go viral. And then he was like, bro, I don't feel comfortable. We supposed to be pushing for black independence, economic independence, but here we is running to this Caucasian man, this mountaineers platform. Like, what kind of examples we setting for these young dudes when we saying we need to have our own, right? We need to have our own money. We need to have our own infrastructure. We need to have our own facilities for filming, for content creation, whatever we do. Because if we got our own infrastructure, then that means we own everything, bro. We don't need to be outsourcing that to people and putting them in control of the narratives of our community. When have we ever just allowed and humbled ourselves to let somebody else tell our story, right? And I was like,
right.
You know what? Fuck that. We ain't going to no jumper. He said, you vow that? I said, I vow we ain't going to no jumper. He said, well, I'm not going back to no jumper. So from there, we just been on some, man, fuck no jumper. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, I can feel all that. And only that, you just got to add up to that. We could always blame, like, you know, everybody else for doing whatever rat they doing. But it's a whole cadre of people that rock around telling on themselves. Like, I'm talking about, they get on the internet, talk about how they going to kill, what they going to do, and whether they really do it or not don't even matter. But I get so many people that's just telling on themselves. You feel me? I'm saying? So that's like, I don't know if life ever going to get out of that, but I feel like, you feel me?
Now, this is a great segue, man. Now, with that being said, man, hey, dudes, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and give you the platform. I'm gonna let you cook it up real quick. You feel me? Anytime you want to interject, you know what I mean? Dub, you feel me? Ask a question or whatever. Hey, now let's go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of the situation of today's events, bro. Let everybody know what happened earlier, who you was chopping it up with. Give everybody the update. Hey, I'm gonna let you go ahead and cook it up, dudes.
Well, I can't say too much based on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said, you know, do it however you got to do it, bro.
Right, but shout out Free Big U. I had a Zoom meeting earlier today with his attorney. Obviously, they're preparing for trial. Big U remains innocent until proven guilty. He has still yet to ever waive his speedy trial right, and he's looking for a day in court where he could prove his innocence. Trial is scheduled right now for February 2027, and they just ignore his right to speedy trial. If your speedy trial is now subjective, when the Constitution provides that was a mandated right, then what else right is really subjective? Just because it's happened to Big U and you might not like Big U today, that's a real slippery slope when it comes to constitutional guarantees. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no longer constitutional guarantees are no longer guaranteed. They're subjective. But yeah, I met with Big U lawyer today. We had a Zoom meeting, me filling them in. A lot of what he wanted to talk about has to do with these informants. That you can figure out what they want to talk to me about with these informants. I'm quite sure he understands that I understand the situation in a particular way that most people don't, in fact, to even give counsel to his counsel about these informants. So that's what we talked about basically without me getting too deep into it or even into trial strategy. But they working. You got the private investigator. You finna have some motions, subpoenaing records and documents and paperwork, which is going to be exposing some of these confidential informants, right? And we're going to say one in particular, CS2 back. CS2 back. I'm telling you now that with subpoena power, you can no longer hide up under that rock as a 137 confidential source. That subpoena power, that statement that you made to the FBI, we will be able to read it out loud for the world to hear in front of a trial court in the biggest trial of the century since the OJ case. You know what I'm saying? So
that shit is crazy, bro, about the speedy trial. Because, that's like, that's like a staple of the law. Like, you got a right to that. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So for them to I feel like even though whatever happens, like that shit right there, you denying that.
No, and I understand that because I don't
think you can hear us. Are you hear us? Okay, all right. We couldn't hear you.
I can hear y'all. My girl was calling. She
okay, go ahead,
man. So
go ahead, Ray.
Answer that.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like what he's talking about as far as, you know what I'm saying, the informants and all of that, you feel me, and statements being redacted and coming to light. Bro, that's what I be telling people all the time, bro. When it comes to looking up certain paperwork, not unless you're a part of the team, you're not going to be able to pull up certain paperwork. So when it comes to CS2 back, you know what I'm saying? We already know why we can't pull up certain paperwork is because it's tied under the Fed's belt. You feel me? So not unless you're the judge, the DA, or a federal, you know what I'm saying, agent that's on that actual case, you won't be able to pull up the paperwork. There's no difference than me being on probation. You feel me? My probation was SIS, suspended imposition of sentence. You feel me? So when they run my name, the police asked me, hey, what was you on paper for? Because it doesn't show what the charges was. It only showed that I did 3 years paper and walked it and no longer have that on my record, but it doesn't give them the opportunity to see, hey, what was the exact charges? So they'll ask me, hey, what was you on paper for? Nigga, I was on paper for knocking your mama off. Nigga, don't worry about that. I walked that shit, leave me alone. Because once I tell them what my charges was when I was on paper, now that gives them probable cause to say, can I search the car? Can you step out the car? Let me pat you down. You feel me? Why am I going to give y'all ammunition just to turn around and fire on me with it? That'd be stupid on my part. You know what I'm saying? So when people say, oh, man, he ain't no agent, man, paperwork would have been out by now. Bro, when you're tied to the Fed, not unless you're a key member inside that paperwork, you can't get the paperwork, bro.
Well, his case is a lot different because we was able to get the paperwork. There's just certain documents that we aren't able to get, right? So how I was able to expose him as CS2 back was through the wiretap. So imagine I called you right now on a wiretap. You're a law-abiding citizen, a sports agent, right? A record executive. You have no ties to no gangster shit, never did a crime in your life. And I call you and I say, hey, look, I'm trying to holler at bro from the Bay, man. I need to holler at him. The phones is tapped and the boy done went bad. And you like, okay, you know what I'm saying? What you mean? Like, man, the feds is got the phones tapped and the boy went bad. I need to holler at the homie from the Bay. And you say, all right, hold on. You click over, you call your co-host. Hey, man, I'm trying to do Sims trying to holler at me, but in the wiretap, it's not saying do Sims, it's saying confidential source, right? And you say do Sims trying to holler at you, you know what I'm saying? He said that what's the name went bad, and he like, nah, I don't want to holler at dude. I'm cool on bro. I'm cool. And you like, wait, you don't want to do no hollering? You got me on the other line, and you wonder like, man, what the hell I'm gonna tell Deuce Sims? I'm not no gangbanger. I don't want no problems. How can I keep it smooth and handle this situation? Because he keep trying to talk to P-Dub, right?
Right.
P-Dub, like, look, ain't no telling what dude been talking to the snitch nigga about. Them niggas is neighbors. That's how I met that nigga, through that nigga. And he talking about dude went bad and how he know the phone's tap. Man, listen, when you talk to Deuce Sims, P-Dub tell you, when you talk to Deuce Sims, get that nigga to talk about certain stuff on the phone. You know that's what they got going on, right?
Right,
Talking about
exactly.
me and the other nigga that went bad. So I talked to the snitch. I talked to the sports agent, Shaquille O'Neal sports agent, Stephen A. Smith sports agent, Pac-Man Jones sports agent, Ron Artest sports agent. This is a world-renowned sports agent who's not even from that life. And I said,
Right.
who? I said, when you got the wiretap? I said, yeah. Said, who was that on that wiretap? I never met that man before. He said it was Cash Jones. I said, it was Cash Jones. I said, and what did they refer to him as? He said, in the paperwork on the wiretap, they call him back. I said, did they call him CS2 back, confidential source number 2? He said, yes. Did they call him the whack boy? Yes. I said, well, how do you know that it was him? He said, well, my lawyers told me when we got the paperwork from the investigation. I said, man, I don't know no back. Who is this back person? I don't know no back. And his lawyers told him that's whack 100. You know what I'm saying? So
that's official. That's official.
Yeah. So once I seen that, I already knew what it was. And I exposed that, and that's one of the reasons it went viral, and that's one of the reasons he had his attorneys to file cease and desist and claim defamation of character. So let's get into this. I want to really educate y'all on this.
Hey, go ahead, Deuce. The floor is yours, bro.
I ended up suing YouTube, Google owns YouTube, Amazon and SoundCloud and 50 other defendants. You can look that up. Lamonte Sims versus Amazon.com. I reached a settlement for copyright infringement, right? So
right.
On this same situation, hold on, I gotta use the restroom. 1 second. Can y'all hold it down for like
go ahead, handle business, bro. You feel me? Go ahead, handle business, man. Man, hey, Dub, you feel me? Hey, Deuce over here cooking, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to add to the panel real quick, you feel me? While we taking an intermission, anything you like to, you know what I'm saying, put in, interject or anything?
I'm looking up Lamonte versus Amazon.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I put it like this, bro. Any brother that's rocking with no jumper as an employee, a guest, a friend, or anything at all, come on, bro. Y'all got to do better, man. Y'all got to do better, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not that deep for a check. You niggas is up there ass and shaking shit for a motherfucking no jumper check, and that shit's not cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got real niggas getting into real problems from fucking with this goofy ass European and this bunk ass platform. You feel me? We got Brick Baby sitting down doing time. We got Big U sitting down doing time. Now we got the bro Young and Hefe sitting down doing time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, it might not be from some shit that happened at No Jumper, but let's be honest, being at No Jumper show didn't fucking help. You feel me? That shit show didn't help being at No Jumper, especially when you start beefing with this whole ass nigga Trans Am 100. You feel me? So once Aunt Hefe started beefing with Trans Am 100 and you at the Fed quarters, come on, bro, that's a nasty mixture for some bullshit.
That's your patient right there, Lamonte Sims versus Amazon.
Yes, sir. So I got a nice settlement up out of them for copyright infringement, and I got one coming from World Star right now. But Whack 100 files the cease and desist 3 days. on World Star page, the video was at 3 million. On World Star's YouTube page, it was at 1 million. So that's 4 million views in 3 days. The most violent thing that came out that week, and Cardi B released her new album that week and new video. We doubled that. You know what I'm saying? So Whack 100 gets it taken down. World Star Hip Hop has his lawyers file defamation of character lawsuit. World Star Hip Hop, Daniel Cotton was the connect. He was the guy at World Star Hip Hop that I submitted and gave the video to. They went through the protocols that it normally goes through, and they believe that the video was substantially true, that Whack 100 was CS2 back, and that Whack 100 did talk to the feds about Jay Prince, which is in Big U paperwork now. At first, we thought it might have been a fake call.
That nigga DTE, that nigga Demon Time rocking on you in the comments.
Of course, bro. You know how money is, bro.
Rocking on you in the comments.
Hey, listen, he's a troll, man. Don't
That's my bro. Y'all know how Demon Time and Clouders get down. Y'all go sub up to the bro. Go follow him on YouTube, man. DTE 448 money, man. Y'all know what it is.
So they said that the documentary was substantially true. So and once they said the documentary was substantially true, they filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit for anti-slap, right? Anti-slap is essentially you're trying to silence us and utilize the law to take down and silence our freedom of speech, right? You got money. This is what rich people do, like Donald Trump is notorious for it, right?
Right.
And you if you don't have the money to pay attorneys to keep going through it, then the person with the biggest bag end up getting you to settle out so that you shut the hell up because you can't pay to keep talking about them. So the judge, World Star also argued that Whack 100 is a public figure, right?
Right.
So if Whack 100 by law is considered a public figure, then it means that the burden that Whack 100 would have to prove for it to be for it to be of public interest would have to be he have to prove that World Star knew he wasn't CS2 back, that they intentionally lied on him, etc. Well, World Star is saying we believe you are CS2 back. So
they willing to litigate it.
Yeah, they willing to litigate it. So the judge says Whack 100 is not CS2 back. I mean, the judge said Whack 100 is not a public figure. So that ruling dismisses the anti-slap law and the standard in which Whack 100 would be viewed in that court law. So World Star said, fuck that, we appealing that. So World Star appealed it and submitted Whack 100 on No Jumper, talking about the documentary, the Adam 22 and T Money from Mansfield Crip, right? And he says, y'all might not like it, but I'm a public figure, right? So they submitted this with the appeal to the appellate court saying this judge got it wrong, right? This is supposed to be dismissed. And before the appellate court could rule, Whack 100 lawyers filed a motion saying that they've reached settlement and they want motion to dismiss the indictment. Now,
they're protecting him. They're protecting him.
So, mind you, when Whack 100 was on No Jumper and he said he's a public figure, he said he's suing for $5 million, but he ain't gonna settle for less than two and a half, right?
Right.
Now he claims he sued for and got 6 figures. So I said, well, show us your settlement agreement. I'll show you my settlement agreement. I'd have made it public. Show me your settlement agreement, right? And he said he showed Gangland Neem, a YouTuber with no interest in or no dog in the fight, right?
Right.
He said he called Gangland Neem. ODM Slim was on the phone, and he showed Gangland. He sent it to Gangland Neem. So I talked to Gangland Neem. I got the DM. Gangland Neem said, "Look, gang, bro, I don't even deal with that nigga. I talked to him one time. He went crazy on me, called me out my name, the big old Whack 100 bullshit he do. fuck on Paru, blood. Where you all that weird shit, right?
Who
Like,
didn't hear? Didn't I hear the same thing, Dub? Didn't I hear the same thing, Dub?
Yeah.
You feel me? And I had to laugh it off like, bro, you're not even a certified member. That shit's funny to me. You a clown. You a joke, nigga. That shit's gonna make me laugh. Or you thought that was gonna get me out of character? Oh, I do this to you. I do that. No,
that's
bro,
exactly
that's gonna make
what
me
he
laugh.
wanted to do. Because if you do that, now they got probable cause to search your house, right?
Eyes on you. You feel me?
But so he said he showed it to Gangland Neem. He still didn't show it to Gangland Neem. Gangland Neem said, man, that dude ain't showed me shit. He a motherfucking lie. He trying to use me to vouch. So what it is, you might have settled out for $1 to try to save face so you could argue. I'm not plausible deniability. I'm not CS2 back. Nigga, check this out. First and foremost, when do we litigate in the court to decide whether or not a nigga is working with the prosecutor, with the prosecution and the feds, right?
Right.
You get your paperwork. You ain't supposed to make no statement, but just because you made a statement don't necessarily mean you implicated nobody else. So if you didn't bring that paperwork, because you admit you talked to the feds at FBI headquarters, 64th floor, and you said it was on a Sunday. The federal building is closed on Sundays. So you had a meeting in the conference room with the feds on the 64th floor, and the Fed building only got 17 floors, right, in LA. But he said it was 64. He was so scared. He went up there with his lawyer after they done raided his house. He ready to shit his motherfucking pants. It felt like 60 floors, right? And you done talk to them people. Okay, cool. Bring the tape recorder. Also show us your search warrant, what they took out of your house, and then let us see this conversation. We could clear this all up now. He refuses to do so, obviously, because he spoke on things that about other people. He could tell them whatever he wants to about himself. And that's not snitching. But the minute I get to talking about Reckless and put his name in there or answer questions, so do you know Reckless? No comment. Right. I'm here to talk about me. If y'all want to talk about me, we can talk. Do you know P-Dub of GME? No, never met him. Can't say that I did. I plead the fifth. Wait, so you're saying you don't never met him? We got the podcast with you on him. I plead the fifth. Do you want to talk about me? That's not snitching. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they say, well, are you really married? Yeah. Well, what happened with this transaction with your money? That's pertaining to me? That don't mean I'm a snitch. But when they're talking to you saying they got you on wiretap, when they talking to you telling you they found guns in your house, and you get to talking about Reckless Podcast, you get to talking about P-Dub, that's when it's snitching, and that's exactly what happened with Whack 100. You know what I'm saying?
And to keep it 100, Deuce, everything you saying, I know is factual, actual, because we know the character of this whole ass nigga Trans Am 100. Nigga, you was raised, nigga, you got female energy, nigga. You love gossiping, bro. You love gossiping, bro. That's your thing. You feel me? You love the gossip and shit. Anybody who will listen, especially if they got a platform, why you think Adam won't get rid of this fool up at No Jumper? Because this nigga is the street news to Adam. You feel me? Because backstage,
both working though.
He ain't telling
they both working. Both of them working. All that shit is content. Like all that shit is content in the hook line. And none of that shit is real. Like that's just period point blank what it is. Like I feel like pretty much like the way the world is right now. If you just a grown ass man or woman and it look like something and you believe that's what it is, you just go with your own gut. You don't gotta let the internet and then decide for you, because that's what everybody like letting people do. People letting the internet decide what street, what's not, what's considered ratting, what's real and what's fake. The internet don't decide that shit for me. I already know the rules. I was raised in the rules, so it's like I already know them. I don't need this shit. If it look like a rat, you feel me? It's probably a nigga that's ratting. It look like it's suspect or something like that. I'm pretty much gonna rock with that, and I just fall back from it. You feel me?
Right. Because I'm not, first and foremost, where I'm at in my evolution, I'm definitely not beating somebody up or shooting them because they are rat, right? So what I do believe in, first and foremost, is never working with the slave catchers. So the police department, as we know it in the United States, started out as slave catchers. This was a duty to every white American to participate in it, or they could get a fine or even be in prison. And they worked as slave catchers. That ended up starting in the Boston Police Department, the first police department in the United States. And today, those same people, that mentality of targeting the inner city communities, the lower income communities where our people populated, where they get away with police brutality, where they whipping you into submission. Boy, what you doing on this side, boy? You a little far from home, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna side with them against the people of the struggle that we come from. You know what I'm saying? We believed in community justice until today. That's not from the gangs. All of this preceded the gang because we realized who the real enemy was back then. We done lost track of exactly where we stand at in the dynamics of the situation. We really believe that it's called assimilating. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the ways that they break the slave psychologically to get them to feel like they've made it and assimilated. We get to shop where they get to shop,
Right.
man.
And that's a form of Stockholm syndrome. You identify with your captors. That's how a lot of niggas be in jail fighting over jobs that don't pay them no money, but get on the streets and don't want to work at all. Like, you feel me?
And
like,
don't want to work at all, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So all this shit, bro. But I do I think I followed you on everything too, bro. I love this conversation. And I like, to me, like the best episodes to me, we've had a few controversial episodes on here, but like to me, like when we talking to the OGs that understand that when I'm on here, I'm just working. And I ain't talking about them people. I'm talking about hustling, because all this shit is hustling. It's different. It just hopefully it's just legal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything on the up. A motherfucker trying to pay their taxes. You know, a motherfucker trying to go to sleep and fuck with his kids in the morning and shit like that, bro. But it is treacherous out here, and it's treachery everywhere. But if you got a real street mentality in the sense of knowing that you keep your head on a swivel anyway, you should be able to navigate these streets. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? What is minimal controversy as possible. And if somebody pop off, I mean, you already know you can't be a moron and go do nothing in real life, because you stupid if you do that. And if the internet say you a bitch for not doing nothing, fuck with the internet on.
And Dub, what you said right there is every dude's problem on the internet. Y'all are trying to prove something to a bunch of nobodies that don't know you and you don't know, but y'all get here and argue with a brother back and forth over the internet. And nigga, everybody, this is just for entertainment to them and shit. You trying to prove a real point. Who are you proving a real point to when you're not even proving it to real people?
A whole
you
bunch
feel
of
me?
people that don't matter in the bigger scheme of things. They don't matter to how your son or your daughter gonna make it to college. Who's gonna pay their? Who's gonna make sure they got money to go to college? Who's gonna make sure that they got a home and equity within a property that be passed down to them, that they could do whatever they want to, or that they could utilize as equity for a loan to start their business after they finish college. When you get to putting people who don't know you, don't give two shits about you, right? And you get to caring about their opinion, and you already defeated. You already
lost.
You know what I'm saying? We finna go, right? Because I gotta go live in about an hour. My baby.
Oh yeah, I already know, dude. I already know.
But,
you gotta cook up. I know Dub got things to do. You know what I'm saying? Before we head out, you feel me? Deuce, go ahead and drop us some gems or whatever you want to chop it up with, close us out with. You feel me?
All right, and I'm gonna make sure I follow you back, P-Dub, bro. I really vibe with you. And your energy, especially knowing you as a YA baby, to see
you already know
your evolution mentally, bro. That's a beautiful thing to see, that we still got people cut from that fabric, right? That genetic fabric alive today and fighting the good fight for positivity and building.
I appreciate
it. If y'all didn't know, I just founded my first tech company. It's called Hip Hop Planets, right? And it's the first ever ecosystem for rights registration and creating a creator economy, right? So instead of complaining about the way things is on the internet, YouTube is really prejudicial. If it goes by European standards of beauty, somebody who never grew up through hip hop culture, was a skater, got 5 million views. Vlad TV was never a rapper, never a producer. He wasn't even really a real DJ.
Right.
He stole Tupac music from Suge Knight and them. And this was Suge told me when I interviewed him. Stole and bootleg Tupac music, DVDs and all kind of other stuff, and called himself DJ Vlad. And he ended up, and he got more YouTube subscribers than most black people, more than Joe Moses, more than Ty Dolla $ign, people who done sold tens of millions of records and contributed to the culture. But yet, these are the people who continue to benefit the most from the culture. We're finna stop that. You know what I'm saying?
What's the name of it? The app again?
Hip Hop Planets, right? I'm a let me see. I think I could give you. Maybe I could find the thing real quick. You could put it in the description. I could find it after I get off and send it to you. So
yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. You know, I definitely put that in the description, bro. I got you. I got no problem supporting black-owned businesses.
Right now, we're doing the first 1,000 content creators and 1,000 musicians that sign their letter of intent, registering that they're going to do content or they're going to release music through Hip Hop Planets. Hip Hop Planets, let me give you a little explanation, right? The first thing is it's a virtual reality immersive experience. It's in VR, right? And it starts with the rights registration engine. So last year alone, $2.2 billion went unclaimed because people like y'all and rappers don't know how to properly register their intellectual property. So
right.
I invented, I already knew the process. I learned the hard way in the music industry, dropping the hit Your Bremen, right? 2.2 million views. I started in the game as a musician, performed in the Budweiser Best in the West, which was kind of like America's Got Talent
right.
in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So I came in the game like that and I learned the game. So when the internet came, I made sure I studied. I read the book, Donald Passman, Everything You Need to Know About the Music Business. I studied under Jazzy Management. Shout out Jazzy. You know what I'm saying? I studied under Stan Shepard Lane, who was responsible for DJ Quick, who was responsible for Sugar Free, responsible for bringing out Mogsburg. And they, thank God, taught me enough to where I learned that part of the business. So I didn't end up having to be a part of that. But in any event, it's fragmented. You have to register on like 7 different platforms to properly collect your money internationally, right? You're talking about your ASCAP, BMI, or CSAC, which is your PRO.
Right, your ASCAP, all of that.
Copyright.gov, the Copyright Office, to actually own your intellectual property. The MLC, because there's 2 sides of royalties. You have your performance royalties, your PRO, then you have your mechanical royalties. Most people don't even know that, right? Then you got Sound Exchange, right? Then you got Song Trust, right? Then you got Luminate, which is formerly known as BDS, the Broadcast Data System. But this whole process, and it's very extensive, it's very complex, and people get frustrated. They pay me $750 to $1,500 to register their albums, right? And that's about 10 songs, about, you know what I'm saying? But in any event, it's still going to take me 5 to 6 hours to do that, right? Well, I invented an AI module, which does the whole process within 30 minutes for an artist. On top of that, this is called Hip Hop Planets. That's on Planet Akabuyan, which would be the first module released from Hip Hop Planets. Not only does Akabuyan, can you register artists and content creators, register their content and become owners day one. You're no longer artists. You will own your intellectual property. You have like, let me see if I could grab my coach bag real quick.
Go ahead. Hey, bro, this right here, bro. Hey, this right here is, hey, classes in session, bro. Classes in session. He cooking, bro. He cooking.
So, when you register your intellectual property, you get stuff like this. Which one is this? What a coincidence. Whack 100 and the snitch allegations, right? This the World Star Hip Hop documentary right here, right? I'll screenshot it and give it to you, but you can get that number. You get a number. This is the pink slip to the car. This is the deed to the house. You know what I'm saying? So you get it's called a certificate of registration. It has a stamp, and then it's made like the dollar bill, the paperwork that it's in, so that it can't be duplicated like fraudulent money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the minute that you register that, you own it, you have the title, nobody can control you. That's what you need to do with this interview, right? And any other interview you got. You register it just like you would do a song or a movie, right? Because the minute that you register with the Copyright Office, you make a secure, equitable interest. You're declaring to the world that you're doing this for commerce, for money, right? And you own it. If anybody infringes upon the rights that come with you for that, one of the perks of registering with the Copyright Office is you could get statutory damages. So even though the song or this video might only make $500 on when somebody stole your content without your permission, if they got the money, you can sue them for statutory damages, which is up to $150,000.
The same way if somebody was to bootleg your song.
Exactly. On top of that, you also qualify for reasonable attorney fees. Now, what's reasonable? Well, attorneys reasonable is different. They gonna cook the books, make sure they get about 6 figures out of taking your case off, because once you got the certificate of registration, they know you own it. So if anybody used your stuff or stole your stuff from there, they know it's gonna be an end. So that's usually about 30%. They'll take your case on what's called contingency basis.
Yeah, and once they win it, they'll get paid off the back end.
Or back end, and they're going to take the 30% off the top. So say you got $100,000, they'll take 30,000. You still get your 70, right? And then people gonna know not to fuck with you, like YouTube know not to fuck with me, like Amazon know not to fuck with me, because I'm going to exercise all of my rights. But that's where it starts. It's also going to be live streaming. It's a platform just like you see YouTube or TikTok and all of that other stuff, where content creators are going to be able to stream. We're going to have our own algorithm. We're not going to worry about Google and whether we're within their algorithm. And the last final thing is a beat forge, because it's Hip Hop Planet, so everything is based upon hip hop culture. A beat forge is essentially how we're on right now. A producer could sell me a beat. I could be in LA, he could be in New York, right? And the minute I buy the beat, it gets registered through the rights registration engine. Once I buy that, I have an opportunity to book a session to record right now. Everybody that's in here can't see us doing the recording process unless they pay a fee. You want access to your favorite artists to be able to see their creative process and build a stronger bond with them. This is going to be the opportunity to do that. So those are some of the first things on Akabuyan, which is the first module that'll be released through Hip Hop Planets. We just got our first investment last month. It's a soft $140K for 2% equity in my company, which brings me to a pre-revenue valuation of $7 million. My company
just started that Shark Tank shit then.
Yeah, he on the Shark Tank. I was just about to say that he on the Shark Tank.
So I started this company March 9th. Here we is just finishing May, and my company is pre-revenue. The MVP, the minimal viable product, is not even built yet, and already got the investment and the valuation pre-revenue of $7 million. So
man, salute.
We're gonna put all that in the bio. Our congratulations. You know, we love supporting Black business, man. We for sure gonna clip this so we can put that out there, man. Follow us back on everything. You know what I'm saying? You already know. If I see anything that you posted, I'm gonna throw it up to the story on the stream. You feel me?
Appreciate it, King.
I fucks with it. You already know.
All right. For those who don't know, we going live. We finna flame CS2 back up in about 45 minutes. Let me go eat and rub my baby feet. She just came from the shop.
Oh, man, I'm about to do
go handle business, bro. You know I'm gonna tap in. Go handle business.
And we appreciate it. Like, subscribe, man. Fuck with us, man. PWG and me. You know what I'm saying? Reckless Podcast and Deuce in, man. Let's do it, man. Let's come together.
You already know, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all as always, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, pencil at that bell, catch a vibe. We keep it live. You know that's right. It's all free 99, man. With that being said, we out the building. You feel me? Rated R for reckless.
Look out, man.
Straight up.